Hello, everyone, and welcome to your daily sports update. I'm Dylan Hibbard. UCO baseball has a big weekend set starting tomorrow as they host the Colorado Christian Cougars. The first of 3 games starts on Valentine's Day with a doubleheader at 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. The Broncos look to stay hot after sweeping the Henderson State Invitational last weekend. The Broncos will close out the series on Saturday at 10 a.m. All games are here at UCO campus at Wendell Simmons Field. Now to the ladies on the diamond. The Broncos softball team is off to an amazing start with a 7-1 record on the early season after going 3-1 at the UCO OC Classic last weekend. The Raising Cane's Festival is back in Edmond as UCO hosts a bunch of teams across the surrounding states, and it starts tomorrow afternoon when they host Arkansas Tech at 1:15 p.m. Right after the Arkansas Tech game, the Broncos will host Southwestern Oklahoma State at 5:45 p.m. To wrap up the weekend, the Broncos will host Rockhurst at 12:45 p.m. on Monday to end the festival. All games are at Gary Pinkston Stadium. Now to the wrestling mat, as the top 5 ranked UCO wrestling team is coming off an intense win against Nebraska Kearney last weekend with a 19-12 victory. The Broncos now shift their focus to Central Missouri as they will travel to Warrensburg, Missouri to have their final MIAA duel of the year. Starting time is scheduled for 2 p.m. on Saturday. And finally, to wrap up the wrestling regular season, the Chos will host New Mexico Highlands here at Hamilton Fieldhouse on Sunday with a start time scheduled for 2 p.m. Now to the court, as UCO basketball for both men and women are getting into the final weeks of regular season with a lot of things still to find out in standings and playoff seedings. First, the women's basketball team has struggled throughout the season, but is still looked to finish on a high note as they will travel to face off against the Rogers State Hillcats. Tip-off is scheduled for 1:30 p.m. in Claremore, Oklahoma. The men's basketball team only has one game this weekend as well when they will travel to Claremore to face off against Rogers State Hillcats. Tip-off is scheduled for 3:30 p.m. And now for the top seed, Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC had a back-to-back to end the first half before the All-Star break starts up tomorrow. Last night, the Thunder hosted a new-look Miami team without Jimmy Butler, and most people thought this would be an easy win, but there are no easy wins in the NBA as Miami had a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, then lightning struck. OKC then would go into the fourth quarter on a 24-01 run that would lead to the 115-101 win. The Thunder held the Heat to just 8 points, yes, 8 points in the fourth quarter to close it out. OKC will look to stay under 10 losses one more time as they will travel to Minnesota tonight. The 44-9 Thunder will take their best record in the league to Minnesota, who are 35-20 tonight, to face off against Anthony Edwards and company. Chet Holmgren will play in this game, and Alex Caruso is expected to miss the game. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. on TNT, True TV, and Max. Jeremy, Abby, have you guys been able to get out to any of those games and out in the cold weather?
I unfortunately have not.
I have. They've been pretty good. Yeah, I've been pretty excited. They've been great. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I've been out to a couple of the basketball and baseball games, just some really good sports and athletes going around. It's a great time to be a Bronco.
Yes, agreed. Thank you, Dylan.